I didn't realize skinny privilege was a thing until I went from obese to fit, and I absolutely hate it. So I, 21F, have been on a weight loss journey since New Year's. I went from obese, 5 feet 4 inches and 187 pounds, to fit. I remember when I was bigger, I got treated awful, even by some friends. I got called a whale, was the punchline to a lot of fat jokes, was always talked over, told I was annoying, etc. I was also told to go to the gym multiple times, but when I did, I was told to go home and eat a burger because we all know you're not going to stick to it by a gym bro. Overall, I felt awful about myself and my mental health was in shambles. The night before New Year's, my fiancé, 23M, and I got invited to a party. When we got there, my friend's boyfriend had already had too much to drink, and out of literally nowhere, he called me an annoying, ugly, fat bee and implied I was the duff. I started crying and realized enough was enough. I had been called fat for the last time. On New Year's, I got my calories down to 1,200 and started going to the gym 5 times a week. Slowly, the weight started to fall off but got more rapid the longer I was on the diet. I also developed a pretty bad eating disorder and body dysmorphia along the way but recovered after a few months of therapy. Now in November, I am 129 pounds, having lost nearly 60 pounds. I had been pretty overweight since I was around 13, and was so used to the treatment I had prior that I had no idea how things would change for me. I went from being talked over to everyone stopping and letting me talk. I went from being called annoying to chill. I went from being rejected by several men, and even laughed at for having the audacity to shoot my shot to men coming up to me and asking for my number. I went from being the only one men didn't introduce themselves to one of the first one at bars when my fiancé and the other guys in our group would walk off and go do their own thing. I went from being called fat to beautiful. I went from being invisible to noticed, essentially. The treatment I've been getting for the past few months is nothing LV been used to, especially being bullied pretty badly in middle and high school. And as much as I love being included now, I can't help but to feel awful for my bigger self. I deserve the same love and respect when I was bigger because I was the same person. Now of a sudden that I'm skinny, I'm the center of attention and finally seen. It makes me terrified to gain weight again and go back to being the duff and treated so badly. I wish society judged us on our inner beauty rather than outer. I did unfortunately find out skinny privilege was real, and I absolutely hate it.